Hi guys, super stoked. My table and chairs just showed up. Let's see what that's gonna be like. All right, so it looks like these just fold out. Looks like they lock in somehow. Oh, I see, they lock in with that. And that goes up like that, and then these slide in here to lock it. I gotta lock these in. Lock these ends in. You know, that's not too bad, you guys. Sitting here at the little table and chairs, it's just the right height. So it's a little crammed here. It's a little tight right on the side. And I'm thinking I could put probably my chair here that I just bought, and let's see how that feels. Sitting here with my regular chair that I bought. It seems to be just the right height for like a workstation. Yeah, I think this can be okay, you guys. This will be my working height. I think it'll be fine. I think for the money, it'll be a nice place out in the middle of nowhere to just sit there and type and do my editing. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. We lock these little flappers here to keep the table from moving. Yeah, this table was 1,845 pesos. So 1,000 is 20. So it was probably just under $40. So I'd say $37, $38. Yeah, this is going to be great. Can I have people over visiting? I got a nice flat work area to work on. I'm really excited, you guys. This is a really good deal for me. Wow. Wow. Now I'm stoked. I'm really stoked now. Hey, Vern. Hey. All right, guys, just had an idea. What do you think of that for car camping, huh? That way we can have this open if we want to. I'm gonna also screen the front side windows so I can have ventilation come through. So my thought is, I can actually have this open when I'm camping. That'll be nice if it's too hot. You guys, so I screened in the windows here. Just kind of a quickie deal. Kind of learning how to do it as we go. But I just zip tied some screen around there and just kind of let it lay down here. And this way, at least, I can have some airflow in there, have a little bit of privacy. The bugs aren't gonna get in there, and I can actually sleep in here. So if I don't trust the area, I'll sleep with the hatch down and then just have those windows open, and then I'll have my fan going. So that's kind of the vision. That is the vision. You gotta have airflow movement in the Philippines. It's just too hot without it. You can't sleep without air con or a fan going. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a really rough time here. Today is the day I've waited for so long. I waited to come back to the Philippines for this day to finally get out and explore the Philippines. And the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna car camp in my car. And I'm kind of nervous. I'm a little shy to do this. And why am I nervous? Because I've camped since, I think, grade 6. I lived in a Volkswagen camper bus for 6 months, but it was behind the shop. I've done all kinds of traveling, but I've never lived in a car. And so finding a place that you're not gonna get messed with, that people are gonna be okay with you being there, that you're gonna feel safe. I'm out of my comfort zone completely on this one, you guys. I'm a little apprehensive, a little nervous. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of unknown. And so it's that unknowing that makes it exciting. It's the unknowing that makes you feel alive. So if I go through the first day and I wake up and everything's okay, I'm gonna be like, wow, I made it, I'm alive. Let's go to day 2. So that's where we're at, you guys. I'm just getting ready to pack the last few things in the car, and we're gonna hit it. All right, so I got a lot of stuff I'm bringing. I brought some fruit, a little bit of food, all my cords. This is all the clothes that I'm gonna bring in this backpack. And then of course, I gotta bring my pillow. I brought this thing all around the world. This stupid pillow cost me a lot of money because I had to travel with it. It's kind of a down pillow, but man, I love my pillow. I cannot live without it. And then this is my gear backpack that I wear on my back. So I threw in an extra washcloth. And then I need my hat. Got my Metolius River hat. This came from Oregon when I was out on the Metolius River. So the place that we're gonna go on this trip is called Canlaon. It's L-A-O-N. Canlaon. I think it's Canlaon. Anyway, I try to pronounce these places right, but you talk to one person, they say it a tiny bit different, and then over here they say it a tiny bit different. So I try to say it from how I kind of recall hearing it. Now, every year in Dumaguete, they have like, I don't know, what you call it, like a meeting of all the different areas. So Canlaon, Bindoy, all the areas that are in Negros Oriental will come and have like, I don't know, like a celebration in the main park in Dumaguete. Now, each town or community will set up a display about the pride of their community. And when I was in the community stand display for Canlaon, there was this really radical looking display on the outside. I thought, wow, that'd be cool for making like a digital print for photography. So I made this digital print, and I went back and I printed up like 3 different versions, and I thought, this come out really cool. I want these guys to have a print of what I made. So I printed off a copy of each, signed it, numbered it, and I gave it to these guys. And the guy was from the tourist center in Canlaon, and he said, you know what? If you're ever up this way, come see me. He says, I'll take you up to the top of the volcano. And I'm like, wow, I'm all for that. So I think it was like a year later, I drive my car up there, and they're doing heavy road construction on the road. And I got detoured here, detoured there, and the traffic was really thick. And somehow it just bypassed his area. And I ended up going on this wild goose chase ride in my car up these mountain roads, way up in the middle of nowhere. And then by the time I realized it, Canlaon was quite a bit behind me. And I thought, you know, I'm just gonna head to Bacolod and then kind of come back and turn around, and I'll have to do this another day. So this is the trip for me to go down there. And I'll show you a copy of one of the prints that I gave them. I have it on my wall to this day. So this is one of the prints that I have on my wall. And this is a digitized version of their display. Now I'll share with you a funny backstory. So I'm making this print, and my brain is like lost into whatever it was, and the colors are starting to pop. And before I knew it, it took on a life of its own. And I never really reflected back to the original impression. Now this was a man. It started out as a man, and by the time I was done, I thought I was a woman. I'm like, oh, lady of the wall. So it was kind of funny. I'm handing this to them going, here you go. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, wait a second here. That never started out as a lady. So I'm like, okay, I feel kind of silly, kind of stupid. I wonder if they put it together. But nonetheless, it was pretty cool how the colors popped, and it just kind of took on its own image, just messing with the sliders and kind of making it my own thing. So in any event, it was fun. It was funny. It was an experience. And now we're going to have another experience, you guys. So I share with you these things to keep myself humble, and so that you learn that it's okay to be just out of your mind once in a while, or every other day, for whatever purpose you need it to happen for. All right, so it's just going through my head. Did I forget anything? Did I forget anything? Did I forget anything? I hate to leave here and get hours away and go, oh, I wish I would have done that. So, yeah. Anyway. All right, so this is a familiar sight. When my hand hits that door handle, you know we're going somewhere. Today's the day, you guys. Let's hit it. Let's freaking hit it. We're sporting a new color What Do You See t-shirt. Now, I had this in my bag of tricks. I didn't realize I had this shirt. I think this is the only one that I've had. I've never worn this color before, so something kind of different. And it's good to commemorate our journey forwards as we go. So I'm looking at the back of this car going, I think we got everything. I hope we got everything. We better have everything, because we're getting ready to hit it. But I've got it pretty well packed. This stuff is just kind of sitting in here. I could organize this so it all goes on the one side, but for now it's just gonna kind of just sit in here, and I'll figure it out as I go. But the first thing we need to do is go get some gas. I put the little bit of gas that I had in the generator, and now I need to put about a third. Probably fill it up to here, put it about 1/3 full. That way. People always say, Vern, where are you going? And I say, I'm going crazy. You want to go? Let's go. Let's hit it. All right, so we're gonna put some fuel in this can here. This fine fella's gonna fill me up. So let's see what the fuel is. 78.5 pesos for the premium, and it's 95. That's where we're gonna go. We're just gonna put it a third full. I don't want to drive around with too much gas. I don't want to smell gas. It starts sloshing around, so hopefully this will work. So it looks like we're gonna probably be about, let's go 400 pesos, Paul. That'll be fine. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hit what's called the diversion road. So there's a road from Valencia that meets Dumaguete, and it'll bypass most of the traffic from Dumaguete, and it'll end up on the main highway in Cebulan, and that road will run up basically from the south to the north of the island, and it'll take us up towards Canlaon. So it's probably, I don't know, 2 to 3 hour ride. Depends on the traffic. Right now it's about 7:45. We're kind of hitting the rush hour, so it ought to be interesting. Hopefully it'll be smooth sailing, and the diversion road will kind of help bypass a lot of the morning rush. So we are en route. We're in Valencia, just getting ready to leave town. Well, we just left the town proper, Valencia. Battery of sorts. It's Wednesday the 27th, and I just pulled over to check the air in the tires. One tire was 25 on the left rear, the other tire in the front was about 24, 25, so I put those up to 32. A lot of traffic, gotta pay attention. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm looking for a handheld thing that I can put on my dash and go hands-free and not have to hold onto my phone like I am right now. And it's something I didn't think about until now, when I'm in the heat of the moment needing it. But yeah, we'll have to source that piece of kit. Maybe we can find something on the road. So you can just bypass all the Dumaguete morning rush. This will take us to the main road in Cebulan. Well, I hadn't taken this road to the end of this side before, and apparently this road doesn't go through on this side yet. It's planned to go through, but it's not through yet, so we got to backtrack a little bit, go around. I was thinking of a different road, which I could have caught out of Valencia. Alright, so now we're on the main highway heading up north. This will take us through the small towns. We got a 3/4 tank of gas. Cruising along by the ocean out here. Always love this view. Always love this view. A lot of ambulances on this road, you guys. This is the island of Cebu to our right. We're headed north. Alright, so we're cruising through San Jose right now. Notice how these guys just sit on top of the trucks here? Never do that back in my country. You'd get ticketed and fined. Crazy stuff. There's been all kinds of traffic this morning. Really surprised. So I'm gonna have to try to leave earlier than 8 o'clock or later. So, note to self, get an earlier start on these roads. All right, so we're coming up the backside of Tan Hai. Now, this is the next largest city after Dumaguete heading north. I really like this city. It's just calm. It's got most of the basic things that you'll need. It's about 30 minutes north of Dumaguete, depending on how the traffic is. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got a Jollibee. It's got all the little stores that you could want. It's got your Chooks. If you like the Chooks chicken, it's pretty good chicken. They say a lot of ambulances run up this road all the way to Dumaguete, so be prepared. So they got a little Prince Hypermart here on the left. If you ever need to get any stuff at like a little type of a department store, that's their little small town department store. Have a little bit of everything there. You can see the gas prices, 80 for the premium and 77 for the low grade stuff. There it is. You like Jollibee? There's a Jollibee. Hard to be sad at a Jollibee, right? Tan Hai City. Welcome to Tan Hai City. Now the road will curve to the left. Just on the left, I remember sitting there with my friend Tom, watching traffic and doing some photography. I've got some photos that I made from sitting on here on the roadside. I had a few memories here. It's kind of a fun little town. I just like this town. I don't know, just the whole feel of it. You got a nice public park here to the right. And if I'm thinking right, this is the town that does the Christmas lights. They have a beautiful Christmas lights. I'm pretty sure it's this town, Tan Hai. But it's been like 2-3 years since I've gone to the Christmas lights, so look at this guy. Just take up my lane there. Amazing. Huh. Guess he's in a bigger hurry than I am today. Yeah, traffic here is a real challenge to drive. You got to really be on your A game. You can't daydream when you're driving here. A lot of people pulling out in front of you. It's just real crazy. the biggest dog wins. So if you're in a big truck, you get priority over everybody. You can just pull out, not even care. Everything else by size gets to choose lane priority. So if you're walking, you're at the low bottom of the chain, you're kind of screwed. So a motorcycle's above your walking. So these guys are gonna turn, which is nice. Kind of pick up a little speed here. You know, I wish the trikes could go faster, then they wouldn't slow things down so much, but it is what it is. Not much you can do about that. Some places they outlaw the trikes on the main highways now, which kind of makes the flow a lot better. Now here's a cemetery. They bury everybody above ground, most of the plots here. There are some below ground, but I'm not sure if those were the old school people or what. Now the odd thing is they'll always dig up these cemetery graves and then move the bones to a crypt. So you'll see them starting to demolish the crypts, and then they'll rebuild them. It's a really strange thing to see. And I think I have a video of the process of where they're destroying some of the crypts and moving the bones. Pretty interesting. I've never seen that anywhere else before. Now there's an old traditional wooden house on the right. That's something you just don't see much anymore. The old wooden houses. I don't know that I've seen any that are older than 125 years old. I think that's the oldest I've seen. The river looks a little brown. We've had some rain the past couple days. Not real bad, but we've had some rain. All right, so we're heading toward the next largest town after Tanjai, and that's Bais. Bais is known for sugarcane. It's a huge sugarcane processing plant. You can see the sugarcane. See how it grows? It grows like a grass. It's taller and taller. I go cut it by hand, I believe. Look at these old plantation houses here. This is really cool. Now I stopped in here a long time ago to do some photos, and the guy kind of kicked me out. It was kind of off limits area. I don't know what they use those buildings for, but it's kind of neat to see. I think they're from the 40s. I did a photo shoot at this church before. That was a fun time. So here's the plant you can see in the left side here. They're making the sugarcane. So this is a very popular stop for the sugarcane trucks right here. And they are running now. You see a lot of dirt clods on the road that are coming off the trucks that are out in the field. So hopefully my footage handheld is okay, because I'm not used to hand holding and filming while I'm driving. This is kind of new, so hopefully it's usable.
Hey, Vern.